Hi, I'm Grant. So, the credit card episode was supposed to happen yesterday, Bitcoin exploded, had to talk about that. By now, you're probably really confused about the title of this video. Understandably so. I made it to confuse you. But it's still accurate. So don't report me. Alright, so let's talk about credit cards. At this point in my life, I'm currently 24 years old, turning 25 next month, so if you want to give me a little birthday present, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. But credit card. A few years ago, I was terrible with money, and I didn't know anything, and I knew some things, but I didn't know everything that I knew now. And I had 5 credit cards and about $14,000 of credit card debt. Which is bad, because my average credit card APR was 24% a year. What does that mean? That means I'm spending 24% of $13,000 to $14,000 every single year just for having those credit cards open. Just to put that into perspective, that's about a fourth. So a fourth of $13,000, $14,000, we'll use $14,000 just because it was closer to that, I'm not going to lie to you guys. What's half of 14,000? 7. What's half of 7? 3,500. 3,500 is the amount of interest alone that I was paying every single year just to have those credit cards open. And when I finally, realized that I was paying that much per year in interest, like air, pixie dust, things that I would never see, it blew my mind. I had the oh crap moment where I realized I gotta get these things under control. Well, here I am a few years later, my credit score is impeccable, my credit cards have all been paid all the way down, and yeah, I'm here telling you guys to get a credit card as soon as you turn 18, and here's why. See, there's this thing called a credit score, and a credit score is going to monitor your lines of credit, your loans, your mortgage, your car, etc., and it's going to determine whether or not you're a safe buyer. A safe buyer is basically someone that has had credit for a very long time, someone that hasn't used that credit, so if I have a $10,000 credit card, it's not maxed all the time, and generally someone that makes their payments on time and just doesn't use their credit. This is really important because when you're buying a house, it could mean the difference between a 3% APR and a 4.5% APR. What is an APR again? An APR is your interest. So 3% of my house, which is going to be like $300,000, is going to be very different from 4.5% of $300,000 because that's something you pay every year. Just to put that in perspective, from my example with the $300,000 house, you would be saving $4,500 per year just by having a better credit score. So it's super important that you get on this when you're young, because one of the major things that they look at when you're looking at your credit score is the credit history average. And the credit history average, or that's the way that I word it, is basically just them saying, what is the average time that you've held your credit cards? If I have a credit card that's 10 years old and I have a credit card that's 1 year old, my average is 6. Which sucks. Because when you're 18, everyone's telling you credit cards are bad and evil and to stay away from them. When you're 18, there's no way that you could have held a credit card for 5 years, well, obviously, unless your parents let you on theirs. I don't even know what the legalities of that are, but when you're 18, you should have a credit card. When you're 18, you should have several credit cards, so that when you get one credit card in the future, it doesn't destroy your average. Anyway, it's not just the credit history average. Another reason that you want to get a credit card is that credit cards offer protections that debit cards don't. See, by now, I'm sure that you guys have at least heard of a term called charging back. And basically, if you get ripped off online or you get ripped off by someone, you're able to charge back the money that you paid back into your account. So let's say that I bought a PlayStation 5. Let's say I bought a PlayStation 5 online. Now, instead of a PlayStation 5, the person paints a PlayStation 2 and sends me that. See, what I could do is I could go to my bank and I could say, hey, this guy ripped me off. Here's all the information. Here's what happened in the transaction. And my credit card issuer can take that money back. They can literally just nope the transaction and take the money back. Now, if they had a debit card, that money would be gone, and there's nothing the debit card company could do with it because by now the person would have been able to take out the money in cash. So yes, get a credit card because it's going to increase your average history and it's going to save you from APR. Yes, get a credit card because you're going to be able to protect yourself from fraudulent purchases. But wait, there's more. See, credit cards actually offer really cool rewards. The Target Red Card credit card gives you 5% off all your purchases. The Costco credit card lets you get 4% back in gas at Costco, 2% back on Costco purchases, and 3% back at fast food restaurants. The Citi Double Cashback card gets you 2% cashback on literally everything that you buy. And if you just pay off your cards in full by the end of the month before you get charged interest, that's literally free money. Now, don't get me wrong, it would be irresponsible of me to talk to you about credit cards without talking about the inherent risk of credit cards. When you get a credit card, it's really easy to see that money as just something that you'll pay back later and that you'll just use now and not worry about it because YOLO. And it was exactly that thinking that bought me this camera, these lenses, the gaming PC that I'm recording on, and even more. However, if I'm going to be honest with you, well, first of all of this was a business investment for my sake, and I actually made that return. But also, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Like I just mentioned, I was paying thousands of dollars a year in interest. That means I paid way more for these items. I paid 25% more on my camera, I paid 25% more on my PC, I paid 25% more on my lenses, all because I wasn't a responsible credit card user. My rule of thumb is that I will never put a purchase on my credit card if I can't pay it off immediately, and I strongly recommend that you all use that tactic too, because even though that money is available, it's not really available to you without spending infinitely more on the things that you buy. Basically, all I'm saying is to use credit responsibly. I'm saying to reap in the average credit score history. I'm saying to reach for saving yourself from fraudulent purchases, to get all the benefits from the rewards programs, but be a responsible user who's able to pay it off as soon as you use it. Anyway, those are 3 critical reasons why you should have your credit card by the time you're 18. In fact, that's 3 critical reasons that you should have multiple credit cards by the time you're 18. And if you're already 22 and you don't have a credit card yet, that's fine. It's not too late to get started. In fact, I strongly recommend the Discover card down in the description that gets you 1% cash back on everything, 5% cash back on revolving things like Amazon.com, Walmart.com, and Target.com during the holidays, and you'll get a $50 statement credit when you open it up. Now, I'm not being sponsored by these guys, but it's my referral link, so I will get a $50 statement credit as well as soon as you sign up for it. And lastly, don't forget to get your free stock with Robinhood. Robinhood is an investment app that lets you get stocks in literally the easiest way possible. You're able to get... I kind of stopped using the David Dobrik thing. It lets you get stocks in the easiest way possible. It's free to trade, free to put money into your account, free to buy options, free to buy crypto. Literally the easiest investing platform out there. I strongly recommend it. I also use it myself. It's where I have all my Bitcoin. And honestly, I believe that it's the most user-friendly, so if someone were to just get started in investing, it'd be the best investing app for beginners. I don't know if you hit the like button from earlier, but if you haven't done that, do that now, and be sure to invest in the subscribe button because it's guaranteed to increase in value over time. Thank you for watching my video. I'll see you next time.